So I still have this fond memory of Molly in the early stages when she would go out with me during the day of helping me do things. I still have this memory of her holding all these intestines out of this cow I was doing surgery on.
I learned about peristaltic waves really quickly. We met in college at a mixer.
Was it love at first sight?
No, but we got along right away. We had a lot of common interests and just we could talk about anything, it seemed.
We were migrant workers. I mean, you know, in those days, 50 years ago, life was cheap and easy. You could buy a house easy, you could sell it easy, you could find jobs all over the place. And we were just footloose and fancy free.
I said, I'm not going any farther north.
Than here.
Right, than here, because we'd kind of hopped up.
We didn't have kids until just before we moved up here. And you know, we didn't even have health insurance. We never even worried about things like that. Came up here with just what we had in our pocket, a little savings account, bought a little house on Napa Dock Road, and I had an instant practice, veterinary practice, because nobody was doing it. I think the main thing is not like individual memories. It's a collective memory of working and becoming really good friends with people, getting to know them, their families, generations of them. So at this point, several generations, and knowing these people and what they do and helping them, you know, and we're in it together because, you know, if I'm working on, particularly on cattle, sometimes horses, we're doing something tough like trying to deliver a calf or put her uterus back in, you gotta have good people working with you and you gotta trust each other. I mean, and you know, I think as far as training education goes, you can't stop it, you gotta keep it going because everything keeps changing. If I just, in my field of, I had not added to what I was taught at the university, I would be in the dark ages, literally. Well, you know, I practiced until I was 83 years old. But I have to tell you what that's all about. I managed my money in such a way that allowed me to work forever. So you can figure out what that means. I think I just look back on the life, it was fulfilling, it was challenging, it was fulfilling. I think I did people a lot of good. I think I did myself a lot of good in the process. I think that's what it was all about, you know. I don't have any regrets.
Dr. Hunter has been a hero to me for about as long as I can remember. I grew up on a small farm in Brownsmead, and I remember being about 8 years old, and he came out to help us vaccinate cows, and my brother told him that Grace wants to be a vet just like you when she grows up. And I was pretty embarrassed at the time, but it stuck with me, and I went on, fast forward a couple years, he put up with me riding along with him all through high school and on into undergrad, and I learned some of the greatest lessons I could have learned just riding in the vet truck with him. I think the biggest thing though that I learned from working with Dr. Hunter was just his ability to relate to people and to find common ground and meet them where they're at. No matter how stressful the situation was or whatever circumstance we were in, he would usually crack a joke or have his dry sense of humor and bring things back down to earth. And was able to really relate to people that he cared not only about their animals but also about them, and that's just a pretty invaluable thing, and it's definitely something that they don't teach you in vet school. So I'm just really grateful to you, Dr. Hunter, for all that you've done for me. You've been the biggest influence in my life in becoming a veterinarian, and I'm so grateful for everything that you have just instilled in me and all that you've invested in me and so many others in our community. So I can't think of anyone more deserving of this award, and I just want to tell you congratulations. I wish I could be there to celebrate with you.